What is the fundamental difference between a dualistic religion and a non-dual religion? That is what I will try to answer here. But in that process, you will understand also how you can easily conclude that you are pure consciousness and the same consciousness that is everywhere in the universe. So hold on, it's going to be a little bit long, but it's worthwhile. First of all, if you look at the dualistic religions, they will tell you that you are like the drop of the ocean and the divine is the ocean. So listen to the logic here. Let's take, for example, a famous song. It's called I Am the Bubble, Make Me the Sea. Like, I am the drop of the ocean, make me the sea. That is the perfect description of a dualistic religion. I am separate from the ocean, and through grace, I will become again the sea. In the non-dual religions, the same idea would be presented in this way. You are not the bubble, and there is only the sea. So it's not something that you have to realize in the future. It's the truth right now. Non-dual religions start with the truth, and they tell you you are already the sea. Nothing needs to change. You don't have to become the ocean. You don't have to be made the ocean. No. There is just the ocean. So now, how we can realize that this is true? Well, the first thing is that you need to notice in the human experience, you need to notice that there is attention. This is very simple. You can notice it right now. There is attention. You can bring the attention to your fist. You tense your fist and you notice that attention has gone there. You can bring it to your foot. You can bring attention to the visual inputs, or put attention to the sounds around you. Attention is something fluid. You can move it into different venues. The first thing you need to notice is that there is attention in the human experience. And become a little curious about what attention is about. And inquire, investigate. What is this attention? Because attention is not an object. Attention is what is looking at the object. Whatever object is that, a sound, a visual input, a taste in your mouth, a smell, a sensation of touch by touching something. Those are objects. Attention isn't an object. So you become curious about what attention is. Then realize that attention is consciousness. How you realize that? Well, just notice how the language illuminates this point. You can say, I am giving attention to the sounds in the environment, or you can say, I am becoming conscious of the sounds in the environment, isn't it? So giving attention to something or becoming conscious from the word consciousness is the same. You can also say, I'm becoming aware of the sounds in the environment, which proves you that ultimately consciousness, awareness, and attention are the same. They're not three different things. They are fundamentally, essentially the same. Is that which registers whatever comes through the five senses. Or it registers also your thoughts in the brain. Attention is able to notice. Another word for consciousness, noticing. There is noticing of the thoughts in the brain, the feelings or emotions in the heart, so to speak. Those are objects that are perceived directly, not through the senses. Through the senses, through the five senses, you can give attention to different objects or perceive different objects, but through direct noticing, you can notice a thought here or an emotion in the body. Once you have understood that attention and consciousness are the same, you need to simply notice again, realize again, that attention or consciousness are not something that is a privilege to you. It's everywhere. It's in a plant that is conscious of the environment and therefore points the leaves towards the light because it's sensitive to the environment. There is consciousnessing of the environment, same as in the human body. Different, but still the same fundamental thing or no thing. The same with the animals. In every animal, in a dog, in a cat, there is awareness, there is consciousness of the environment. You need to notice this and realize that there is consciousness not only through your body, it's everywhere, in every sentient being. And then begin to inquire into the essential qualities of consciousness. Which are they? First, notice that consciousness has no polarities. You cannot assign to awareness a polarity like, oh, it's good or it's bad. No. You can say that about the object that is being perceived, not about perception itself, not about consciousness itself. Consciousness is just consciousness. You cannot assign a polarity to consciousness. You can assign a polarity to an object in front of consciousness, perceived by consciousness. That's the first characteristic, very important characteristic of consciousness. It is non-dual, which differentiates it from everything else in the universe. And you need to just notice that. It's not rocket science, you just need to notice it. Then, the next thing you need to notice about consciousness or attention is that it is constant. It's not coming and going like the sounds. They are coming and going, appearing and disappearing. The visuals, same thing. The thoughts, the emotions. Every perceived object is coming and going. It's impermanent, Buddhism says. That which is looking at these objects is not coming and going. You need to notice that. It's present all the time in your human experience. All the time. It's constant. It's the only constant in your life. Everything else is changing. And the third thing you need to notice about consciousness, about attention, is that it has no form. Form belongs to the objects again, to that which is perceived, perception itself. Consciousness has no form. So once you have noticed these three aspects of consciousness, you have done most of the work to wake up. Now, the song says, I am the bubble, make me the sea. The bubble is attention in the human body. The sea is the sea of consciousness, everywhere in all sentient beings, and perhaps in every atom. However, the bubble and the sea have exactly the same characteristics, no difference whatsoever. What are the characteristics? Non-dual, constant, and no form. So, why making a difference? Why saying there is a bubble here and there is an ocean outside? No. There is the ocean only. There is just the sea. The sea is looking through this mind-body system. The sea is looking through all mind-body systems. The sea of consciousness is looking through all mind-body systems. That's a non-dualistic religion telling you the truth from the beginning. Not telling you a story for you to realize in 1,000 incarnations from now. No, there is just the sea. There is no bubbles. No, there is just the sea looking through countless sentient beings. That is the truth. From the beginning. That's the difference. I hope this helps. All power is in truth. There is no power in stories. The power is in the truth. The truth is there is just the sea of consciousness, looking through countless mind-body systems. Take care. I leave you my email below the description of this video if you want to contact me.